Absolutely sensational performance by India to level the test series. What a dramatic finish to the five-match test series. The Anderson-Tendulkar Trophy is over and it required a dramatic finish on the fifth and final day. I've got a power pack panel. I've got Dwaipan Datta, who's joined us from Chennai, and we'll have more guests joining us shortly. Dwaipan, what a performance by India. 301 for 3. It seemed like India was down and out. To come back from that situation, this has been a fantastic performance by India.
Oh,
The narrowest of wins by India, 6 runs only.
yeah, magnificent win. There's absolutely no doubt about the way they never allowed their shoulders to droop. Uh, Kept fighting, and yes, I know this probably doesn't go with the note of the show, but then England allowed India to come back to the test match to a degree. Harry Brook, Jacob Bethel, even today, Jamie Smith, the shots were like absolutely horrible shots. But having said that, it was magnificent on the part of India by the way they fought. They kept at it, kept the ball in the right areas, stuck to a plan, everything that they could have done. Like after that partnership happened, India did. Once they got Harry Brook by a stroke of luck, after that they did everything that they could have done, and and it's fitting that a series like this ends in 2-2. It's fitting, like India could have been 2-0 up in the first two tests itself, so it's a fitting result, a very good result. uh, and I have always maintained that India is a this like there are a lot of talk about India weak, etc., etc., etc. India were not weak. India is not weak. This Indian team has a lot of depth. Let's We have to accept that it is such a strong team that you cannot roll them over just like that anywhere in the world. Like even if they lost, I always kept saying in Australia India lost, but which way they could easily have won. It was just a very narrow margin, though it did not, the score line did not seem so. It's good that this series ended 2-2. It's a great start for this young Indian team.
We've got Gaurav Gupta also joining us from Mumbai. Gaurav, what do you make of this performance? Yesterday it seemed all was done and dusted. This is probably the most dramatic comeback in a test match for a long time. Where does this rank in your view in amongst all the wins that India have had overseas?
Firstly, I think Chandesh, this is the greatest Test series since 2005, the Ashes series, and I think they should rank right next to it, if not greater than that. This has been an unbelievable series. This has been an unbelievable victory for Indian cricket. I mean, so many times close matches we have lost. We can all remember the Chennai victory, the Chennai defeat to Pakistan, and which was compared to when Siraj got bowled in the fourth test. So this is something that is or the second test. I think this is something that is comparable. I think this was sensational, absolutely. But I had a premonition. I had a fair idea that we had a great chance. My friends were dissing me yesterday for saying, "कि अरे क्या इतने कम run रह गए हैं?" They got 3-4 batsmen left. They still had Jamie Smith left, and their lower order can bat. So they were supposed to this thing, but I was sure that वो जो rhythm है और Indian bowler शायद थोड़े कल tire out कर रहे होंगे. And with the break refreshed, they came. And then I think for Siraj, it has been an absolutely phenomenal, unbelievable series. I think he's our number one bowler now. In Test cricket, and it's a big statement because Jasprit Bumrah is our number one bowler. But if he's available for half a series, and Siraj is going to give us 20-22 wickets and the crucial wickets. I mean, in this innings itself, imagine the way he sort of got into the. I mean, started off England's innings with the way he cleaned up the stumps of Crawley. And then the way he kept at it. I mean, he's what finished with what are his figures? 5 for 104. That is sensational, absolutely. And to be still be bowling at 140, 130 on the last day of the series, which is into its 25th day today. unbelievable performance, I think. And even for Prasidh Krishna to finally come of age and fulfill his potential, finish with 404. So many good things about Indian cricket which have come out from this series. And 2-all is a fair result, I think. England weren't that good, and India played well, sort of above their potential, surprise everybody.
Uh, uh, Weapon, India, two wins came in the games that Jasprit Bumrah didn't play. What does that tell you?
uh, the there are two sides to it. Like, firstly, in the two test matches that Jasprit Bumrah didn't play, India's batting was at its best. Like, they really batted well on. So that is one part of it. The Birmingham test had a lot to do with the batting. They drowned England in the weight of runs, and in this on this pitch, on a difficult pitch, the kind of runs that like 375 on this pitch is almost an unachievable target. Like, it is like it was a miracle that England came this far. Like, this was a challenging pitch, challenging conditions. Like, it was a miracle. Having said that, uh, the see, as I see it, Jasprit Bumrah is still our best bowler, and I do not endorse this idea of he not playing at least this WTC cycle. Like, he should play this WTC cycle, whatever, whenever he is fit. We will need him in New Zealand. Uh, we mean we yeah. But the only big away series that we are going is New Zealand after this in this WTC cycle, and then if we make the final, then the final is again in England. So keep Jasprit Bumrah there. Jasprit Bumrah still means a lot to Indian cricket, but yes, he can be rested, kept kept in cotton wool, and this attack led by Siraj can obviously uh, we should consider Siraj as our spearhead of the pace attack and use Jasprit Bumrah as and when he is fit.
Gaurav, just a request. Your head space is getting cut over there, so if you can just
Okay, I'll just
adjust
try and
it.
adjust my frame, I think.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
you're just going out of frame. People will want to see your beautiful face. Just want to know, Gaurav, what is it? The win, does it uh, mean that we sweep under the carpet questions that we raised about team selection, especially the playing 11 selection, and the depth of the fast bowling resources that India has? Remember, Akashdeep was looking very undercooked yesterday, and he was looking very listless on the field as well. With the bat, he was fantastic, but after that second test match when India won and he played a lion-hearted effort, what did you make of the questions that we had raised? Do they still warrant a reply from the team management, or the victory has surpassed everything?
For now, I think definitely victory surpasses everything, because all Gautam Gambhir and Shubman Gill's decisions, most of them have come, have sort of paid off. I mean, let's face it. I mean, to strengthen the batting, Washington Sundar has been played. He scored a beautiful quick fire half century on the fourth evening, and then or was it the third evening? And then you had also I mean, Akashdeep scored a valuable half century. Okay, which was unexpected out of the blue. Akashdeep won us at now overall in totality. If you see, Akashdeep has won us a test match in this series, the second test. He won us that test match
And
at Birmingham. I think.
even in this test match, his 66. How crucial is that?
Massively crucial. You won by just 6 runs. So imagine a tailender who was actually a nightmare of a night watchman actually came in and scored 66 out of the blue. इसीलिए मैं चंदेश बोल रहा था, I was insisting that in the test match that we lost at Lords, he should not have come at fourth evening as a tailender and his wicket was sacrificed as a night watchman. If he had come on the fifth evening, जब सिराज बैटिंग कर रहे थे उस टाइम पर, शायद उसके पहले हम नीतीश कुमार रेड्डी को भेज देते, तो फिर हमारे को उस टाइम पे इनके 2-3 लस्टी ब्लोज काम आ जाते, and we would have actually been winning this series 3-2. You know, so I would place my faith in Akashdeep. I think a fairly good bowler has won us one test match with the ball and one test match with the bat. I would say that in this test match, because in such a close game, a half century unexpected out of the blue by a tailender matters a lot. needs to increase his pace, needs to, but I think शायद उनको कुछ निगल हुआ तो थोड़ा सा रिदम भी उनका खराब हुआ. Needs to work on his fitness and all that, but the nucleus, in the nucleus of a good side that we are talking about, Akashdeep definitely holds a place. Overall, I think this combination, as I said, I know Kuldeep Yadav is very unlucky to not have found a place in the 11 in all the 5 tests. But it's unfortunately a situation where it's the same Ashwin type of a situation where we cannot find a slot for him. अभी रविंद्र जडेजा को अगर हम बोलें कि वो विकेट नहीं ले रहे हैं, again my thing is India will have to address the basic problem that रविंद्र जडेजा के साथ में आती है, रन बनाते हैं लेकिन विकेट नहीं लेते हैं. So you have got to address that situation. Otherwise, Jadeja has got 6 half centuries. He's strengthened your lower order. The problem that you faced in the first test match of 2 collapses, it was addressed once Jadeja got going. So and Washi came in there. So वो तो रहा उधर का मामला. हाँ, I think the slots to worry about are your Karun Nair and Sai Sudarshan. Those are the 2 slots which are still a bit dicey. But I think I still have a feeling both will be persisted with. Given a choice, I would put Shreyas there. I would be accused of Mumbai bias, but I would put Shreyas and Sarfaraz and give them a run. But that is how it is. Baki, I think more or less there's a nucleus for a great side. Shubman Gill, this has been an absolutely exceptional transforming series for him. 722 runs. Narrowly missed out on Sunil Gavaskar's record, and I think he's here to stay as the captain of the Indian cricket team, at least the Test team for a number of years, and I think very soon the ODI team as well.
Yeah. Just a request to everybody, keep sending in your questions via the chat window. We'll be taking them. And just a humble request, please do not message again and again. So it becomes very difficult for us to go through the questions that you may have. But there are a few comments to happen that I want to start taking over here. Comedy Ki Dukan says Gill should get 300 crores in IPL in trade by RCB. So he's already thinking ahead, or she's already thinking ahead. Dip Clown says this match had more twists than a Bollywood blockbuster, someone called Rajamouli. And what else is there? DKC says Bumrah has unluck when he play. India win 40%, when not it's 70%. It's not about skill. Weapon, what's your take?
Which one? Bumrah has unlocked when he plays, India wins 40%. When he does not, it's 70%. It's not
So it's not about skill.
not about his skill. Okay, like yeah, if they have won today, so these discussions will happen. Only thing is, see, the I think the Indian team management is an intelligent management. They now the euphoria will go on for a few days. Then we will go into the T20 mode. Then we have a test series at home. So test cricket at home is a different dynamic altogether. Your so there you against South Africa, Bumrah may play because India. I I I will be very surprised to see India playing against those kind of turners that they played against New Zealand. That was one of the reasons why they lost, because you made lottery pitches, and the moment you lose tosses, there is a chance that you can lose. India lost all 3 tosses there. So those are the small little things that they need to that they will look into. And don't you have won, we have won today, that is fantastic. Siraj has been outstanding. Prasid, there has been so much abuse for Prasid, but Prasid is a rare commodity that we have. A pace bowler bowling from that height, he can swing the ball away. Ishant always used to attack the inside edge. Prasid can attack the outside edge also. So he, he- so he has delivered today. He is also another very important gain on slightly conducive pitches. So, but do not try to bring Bumrah down. Like Bumrah, like what Bumrah has done, the fear of Bumrah has done is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Yes, we have won this test match, but I will again insist that this test match has been won more by batters than bowlers. This 375 on this pitch is a massive target. 400 runs India got. So That is a massive, massive target. India should have won this test match by 100 runs. Had that Harry Brook catch happened, India would have won this test match by 100 to 150 runs. So, yes, it's great, but please don't bring Bumrah down for the one win.
Okay. We take for a few more questions. Dip Clown has a question, Gaurav. How would you rate Prasidh Krishna's temperament under pressure in this match? He bowled crucial spells in high stakes moments. Prasidh Krishna, Karun Nair, KL Rahul, all three Bengaluru boys have been the butt of jokes on social media right through this series. In the case of KL Rahul, right through his career. What do you make of his performance?
Sorry. For KL, I think this was a fabulous series. He got more than 500 runs for an opener to do that in England is a fabulous achievement. I think KL Rahul की तो जितनी भी तारीफ की जाए उतनी कम है. I don't think anybody was ridiculing him. Those days when he used to be ridiculed are gone now. I mean,
Uh,
KL is here to
Gaurav,
stay.
I just want to stop you because we'll quickly be going to Greenstone Lobo, the man who predicted that India will level the series. Greenstone, I'll come to you. I'll just get Gaurav to finish the reply, and then we'll come to you with a few questions. Gaurav, continue.
Oh, yeah, okay. So about the three Bangalore boys. Then moving on to Prasid, I think absolutely fabulous performance by him. Considering that I only was dissing him yesterday, saying that he hasn't played enough first-class cricket, not bowled enough long number of spells to be suddenly playing such a big Test series. He's proved me wrong. And clearly, as Joypanda said, I mean, I have been hearing from the selectors, from the previous selection committees about how Prasid is so talented, and in domestic cricket they had seen him generate that awkward bounce and pace and trouble the batters. And I think जो ईशांत शर्मा के बाद में हमको एक उस तरह का हिट द डेक बॉलर चाहिए था वो प्रसिद्ध के रूप में हमको मिल गया है. So definitely big congrats to him, and I must apologize to him for running down on his talent, but I hope he's able to sustain this momentum that he's got in his career finally after all the injuries and the stuff that he's had being in and out of the side. Coming back to Karun Nair, I think his is a case of a hanging sword is still hanging on over him. Although his half century in the first innings here was crucial, I think there still will be doubts about him, and the selectors will have to take a call whether to move on from him or to stick to him. We'll have to see how that pans out.
Okay, we have the man of the moment apart from Mohammad Siraj, Greenstone Lobo. He's joined us. Greenstone, thanks a lot for joining us. You were probably the only one that I know who predicted on TOI Digital, right here on TOI Digital, that India is going to level the series. What were some of the things that you saw that you thought would work in India's favor? You're on mute, Greenstone. You're on mute. No, I'm not able to hear you. You need to check your mic on the app on the StreamYard link. There'll be a mic icon. Just unmute it. No, I'll get the backend team to. Yeah. Okay. A few more questions. शुभम मिश्रा has a question, द्वैपायन. I think जो किस्मत है हमारी, किस्मत ने हमारी साथ नहीं दिया था लॉर्ड्स में, जो हमें जीतना चाहिए था वो इस मैच में दे दिया. What an interesting match, sir. इनफैक्ट किस्मत ने इंडिया का साथ पिछले हफ्ते भी दिया और इस हफ्ते भी दिया. क्यों द्वैपायन?
Kismat kind of, I think, evens out in the end. Yeah, when the teams are on par, then it so happens that Kismat evens out. So because the teams were well matched throughout the series, yes, luck did run out. Did run out against us in Lords. Those that the leg before decisions that Paul Rifle was not giving, here Dharmasena gave. So those things happen. Those things happen. Certain little tweaks of fortune. So it happened, and it's good that we had the stroke of luck. But the idea is India were always on par with England. That's why luck fell in favor, because luck at the end of the day evens out when two teams are of similar quality and strength.
Okay. We've got Greenstone Lobo back. Greenstone, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, 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 yes. So apart
Okay,
from
fine.
Mohammad Siraj, you're probably the man of the moment because right here on TOI Digital, you had predicted that India will level the Test series. What made you say that? What were some of the things that you saw?
So initially, when we are talking about the beginning of the series, it was all about Ben Stokes. Ben Stokes versus, our captain Shubman Gill, and Ben Stokes definitely had an edge. He was born in 1991, and he has a superior chart. He's born with Pluto in 0 degrees and Neptune in a very powerful position. Uh, and compared to that, Shubman has I mean, because Ben Stokes is also older, and in the entire WTC cycle, he's going to be there, and he has this slight advantage. But when he was not there, when Ben Stokes went out of the series and Oli Pope became the captain, so that is when it was very clear that, oh, we can win the last match because Oli Pope has got an inferior horoscope compared to Shubman Gill. So both of them are like 98, 99 born, so both of them have similar set of planets. But Shubman has a couple of planets which are much more powerful than Oli Pope. So it was very clear that we're going to win the last match.
And Greenstone, where do you see Shubman Gill going as a Test captain for India? How far do you see him going?
He's going to do. I mean, he's going to do very well. So he's going to do extremely well as a captain, as well as a player, as an individual player himself. So he's going to do very well for himself. And see, the only thing is that we're looking at the entire WTC cycle, and there he's a very young captain. So he's going to be there for many years. It's not just this one WTC cycle, but he's going to be there for the next one. Probably he's going to be there for many years to come. So he's going to win one of the WTC cycle. He has that powerful chart that he can win one championship. So I mean, we can't comment about this one, but then definitely he's going to win one in future. But then the way he has started off, this is much more than the expectation. So I would say that yes, we are seeing him doing a lot. See, it's all about actually overcoming a lot of huge troubles. He's born in this patch, which was the 97, 99 patch, which we call in astrology as the gray lizard patch. So this is the same thing as even Kapil Dev. So Kapil Dev did the unthinkable. In 1983, no one thought that India will go and win a World Cup. So something similar. He may have a people may feel that this team may not do, but then he can go and do some miracle. So that is the kind of a chart he has.
Okay. Dwepan, a question for you from our subscribers. I'll just see. Just to update everybody, Mohammad Siraj has been named the player of the match. Any surprises at all over there, Dwepan, with the choice of the player of the match?
No, no. Once India won, there was no surprise. Had India lost, then it could have been Harry. It would have been Harry Brook. But the moment India won, it was Siraj all the way.
A sports fan says Siraj deserves man of the series as well as A plus contract from BCCI. Greatest test thriller that I have witnessed. In doubt whether to rank it above Gaba victory. Gaurav, what's your take?
यार मैं वही कहूंगा फिर से गैबा विक्ट्री थी नथिंग कैन बीट दैट आई मीन for all almost our entire top 11 to be injured sitting out and COVID time Virat Kohli not being there and then with Ajinkya Rahane as captain you won that test match Rishabh Pant playing that inspiring knock and then that Shardul Thakur Washington Sundar partnership in the first innings of that test I thought it was just everything and Australia at their full strength. So and you're beating Australia at a venue where they have not lost since 1988. Since they lost a test to West Indies there. I think nothing comes close to that. This does come close, but still that was something else. Having said that, this will rank amongst the top 5 6 victories I think that India have achieved in Test cricket. I think it will be right up there. This will be one of our best wins ever, as I said, because and this series overall, will be written in the annals of Indian cricket as something that started a new chapter for Indian cricket. Considering that where we were when the series started, with two of our greats retired and everybody doubting it. And I remember speaking to Wasim Jafar. He was the one who told me that this team will surprise a lot of people. He was right, yeah, absolutely on the ball. And I think we need to. This shows that we need to look ahead and we need to place our faith in youngsters and the younger players because they will eventually come good. And it's time that we start breeding youngsters in other formats as well. I mean, I know there's a lot of talk of that now. Rohit and Virat will come back for the ODIs, but then I think there also the team needs to start planning for the future for the next World Cup accordingly. Because this series has shown that we have the talent, we have the depth, we have the resources. Without Bumrah, हमने दो टेस्ट मैच जीते यहाँ पे without Jasprit Bumrah. So I think definitely a lot of promise is there. I mean, you look at the Yashasvi Jaiswal innings in this test match, his the 100 that he scored in the second innings. Overall, his performance, I think, close to 500 runs. A couple of tests, 100 started off with 100, finished off with 100. KL Rahul scored, batted beautifully, scored one or two hundred. Was absolutely so good to watch more than anything else. Shubman Gill took to the number four slot like anything. Number three appeared obviously to be dicey, but Shubman Gill at number four was regal, absolutely majestic. 267 का उन्होंने जो knock खेला, उसके अलावा 400s overall, and just going on a run making, becoming a run machine. I thought his 100 in the last test was very crucial and one of the better 100 that he has scored because he saved
Yeah,
India test match with that 100,
yeah,
and you could see the joy, that elation
yeah,
on his face. So I hope people will stop missing, your retired greats like Rohit, Virat, and Ashwin, and enjoy Indian cricket for what it is right now. Because there's a
yeah,
lot to be savored, lots to be enjoyed, and I think these guys will give us a lot of joy going forward in the next 5, 6, 7 years.
yeah. Just to update everybody, the player of the series, because it's in England, there are two player of the series, one from the English side and one from the Indian side. The From the English side, the player of the series chosen by Gautam Gambhir was Harry Brook, and from the Indian side, the player of the series chosen by Brendan McCullum was Shubman Gill. Dwaipan, any surprises at all?
About the man of the series.
Yeah, player of the series.
Uh, I don't know. Harry Brook. I'm slightly surprised because I think Ben Stokes and Joe Root had bigger impacts in this series, but Harry Brook also play because Gotham probably gave it because he played those impact innings. Even the first test, that 99 that he scored, that went a long way in them coming back and winning that test match. So probably he has gone on impact, and there is this current bias. Like in this test match, India would have lost this test match only because of Harry Brook. So I think
Yeah.
those things have come into the picture. The uh, immediacy bias, but and India's man of the series, Shubman Gill. Yes, obviously
That's
Shubman Gill.
foregone
You
conclusion.
can't give
Yeah.
it to anyone else.
Yeah, Greenstone. When you look back, when you look ahead now, look ahead with the players involved in the series from the Indian side. Who are some of the players that we need to watch out for, and any particular player that you think we are underrating now, but could be very important in Test cricket? I'm not talking about the other two formats. We'll get to that when we have the other two formats. But in Test cricket, who are some of the players that we need to look out for, and who we are not rating right now?
Uh, Definitely, I mean, Khan is there, or
Sarfraz.
uh, Sarfaraz Khan, okay, and of course Shreyas Iyer. So I think both of them should be there. Should I mean at least one of them should have been there instead of Karun Nair. Karun Nair is born in Amavasya, and long back, in even in somewhere about 7 8 years back, I said that he doesn't have that horoscope to be a great, and he would fall. And even if when he was making a comeback, I said that he's that one blemish. It's going to be very difficult for him to make a place for himself. It's very unfortunate, but he's born on a day which is not very good. So instead, we need to look at some youngsters, and definitely Sarfaraz fits in the roles. If Sarfaraz would have been there, or if Shreyas would have been there, probably would have this would have been different. It would have been probably 3-2 in favor of India.
Oh,
So so these are two people I can say.
oh,
And I
but
also agree with the UDI thing, we definitely need to look beyond Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma, because Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma, if they're going to be there in the squad, then we're definitely not winning the ODI World Cup, the next ODI World Cup. So we need to face these two gentlemen.
Greenstone, you have said it at the perfect platform, because we have a man in white sitting over there who's got the sources. So he'll convey it to the sources that the horoscope says that if Rohit and Virat are in the squad, you're saying they shouldn't be even in the squad.
No, they shouldn't be in the squad.
So you're saying, so you see, so please, Gaurav, please convey it to your sources. What else are
Surely,
you telling?
surely.
What else are you telling us about those two players? Virat and Rohit, because at the start of the series, everybody felt, oh, they are not there. India will struggle, this, that, and all. What do you have to say about those two players? How soon are they retiring from even one day cricket?
So they have been greats for the game. They have done wonderful things for the country, and I've always said that Rohit Sharma has it in him to win at least two ICC trophies, major trophies, and he has done that. So he has been there, done that. Both of these gentlemen have achieved everything that they can. Now there is enough that our country has extracted out of these gentlemen, and we now need to let them go. So, and I would say that probably it's only a few months maybe. Already they have retired from one format, and they should also slowly move on from this format, because we need the 1990s born players to be there if we have to win the next World Cup. Next, whatever World Cup, it's going to be a T20 World Cup, or I mean T20 anyways, they're not going to be there. But I'm just talking about the next ODI World Cup. We cannot win if even one of these two gentlemen are going to be there in the squad.
Oh, that's a massive one. That's a massive one from Greenstone. Remember, all of you can send in questions via the chat window for Greenstone, Dwaipayan, and for Gigi. Greenstone, we'll start off with the first one from the subscriber Akshay Vinayagam. As a question, is Pant getting repeatedly injured? Is there some astrological reason for that?
Yeah, he has a Neptune week in the chart, so that probably keeps giving him the trouble. But then it is not nothing to worry about. I mean, he has a horoscope. See, if he gets injuries like this, then it is fine. I mean, he went through a life-threatening accident. He's come out of that, so he's already been through a lot, and the planet has already done a lot of damage. So I think the planets have already done enough. So I don't think there's going to be major worry. In fact, Pant will be playing the biggest roles when the country needs him. So it can be, at the World Cup at a highest stage, semi-finals, finals, when in the upcoming T20 World Cup, or even in the ODI World Cup, he's going to play big roles. So it's okay if he's going to be injured for some of the tournaments. It's fine.
But he's not there in the white ball scheme of things. He's not there in the squad only. I mean,
So
he's
he's
there in
there
the
in the
squad, but doesn't get to play.
he's in the ODI squad, but he's not in the T20 squad.
Yeah, the T20
So
squad was a heavy name.
how do you
Yeah.
see
So
that?
so we anyways have KL Rahul, right? So KL, see,
But
KL is
KL is also only in ODI, not in T20.
Yeah, in
KL is
T20 we have Sanju Samson. उसका चार्ट बताओ because T20 World Cup जीता तो Sanju Samson should have a good T20 World Cup.
I think we have all the right people in the right place. So अगर हमें ODI World Cup जीतना है, तो then KL Rahul होना जरूरी है. So he's there. And if we have to win the T20 World Cup, then Sanju Samson has to be there. So he's there. So we have three wicket keepers for three different formats, which is fantastic. This is exactly how you extract the best out of players. Because if we have one player playing all the formats, then it dilutes the something called as karmic quota. Everyone has some quota for victories, and you can't extract too much out of a person. So if having three wicket keepers for three different formats, that is, I think, is like it's a blessing in disguise.
Yeah. Okay. Dwaipan, there's a question for you. Pooja Sharma says, Dwaipan, thanks a lot for being positive always. What made you so positive always, better than this negative Chandresh?
One simple reason: this Indian team is a good team, and this English team is not as good as we are making it out to be. Like, it was this English team, if it was playing in India, they would have lost 5-0. Like, it's a in- incredibly average side playing at home. Uh, and like, they have only two world class players. Come on, like, Root and Stokes, and India natural talent is so much. Like, so India didn't make the WTC final because of those three losses against New Zealand. Like, I constantly maintain that those three losses against New Zealand, three tosses they lost, and consequently didn't make the WTC final. But the India has been playing phenomenal cricket. Let's We have to accept that. So, new team, this group was always ready to fight, and India was never lesser than England on any front, man to man, every front. India was on par, barring Ben Stokes, barring that all-rounders, uh, all-rounder slot. India doesn't have an all-rounder of the quality of Ben Stokes. But But for that, India matched England on a man to man. Everything was matched. If India was not better, slightly better. So India should have won this series. Like I will go to the extent of saying India should have won this series. Like
Okay.
2-2 is a kind of result of the inexperience of this Indian team. Uh, like I'm not saying Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma should be there, but if this team plays 2 years later with a bit more experience, they will probably win this series.
Okay. We have a two-part question for both Gigi and for Greenstone. Urvashi Rao has a question. Gigi, come on today, please reveal who your sources are. And the same question she asks, also Lobo, will our Gigi ever get married? Who wants to go first? Gigi as in Gaurav Gupta. So who wants to go first, Gigi or Greenstone?
Let Greenstone go first.
Okay, he wants to hear.
Oh, I need to see his horoscope for that. Yeah, probably after seeing his chart, I'll be able to say that.
So please share your horoscope with Greenstone. And what
Full
Yeah.
about your
details.
sources?
Yeah. Okay. And she wants me to reveal her sources to
Yes.
my sources to the entire world,
Yeah.
so that they stop talking to me, and I and I run out of bread and butter in my house. I'm sorry, I cannot reveal my soul, but I'm very happy for the other Gigi. By the way, गौतम गंभीर बहुत प्रेशर में रहे हैं और बहुत ज्यादा. I would actually like to hear from Lobo that what does Gautam's horoscope, what it was like when he took over a lot of defeats and 3-0 at home to New Zealand, then 4-1 3-1 in Australia. How was it looking going into the England series? Because उनकी नौकरी खतरे में थी अगर ये हम सीरीज बहुत बुरी तरह हारते. I was convinced about it. If we had lost the series 4-0, 5-0, something like that, which everybody was thinking we will, especially after the first test also, then his job would have been under threat. And a lot of his decisions have been have been under the fire. But he has come through it all, unscathed. And eventually, I think he will last his term till 27 because white ball, he has been excellent. Bringing back Varun Chakravarti, keeping the faith in KL Rahul as the wicketkeeper batsman ahead of Rishabh Pant, taking tough calls like that. And in Test cricket
So in
also
short,
facing out.
in
Sorry.
short, Gaurav, you're saying what is the future of that Gigi? Basically,
Yeah,
will
yeah.
he?
If
What?
Lobo
What?
could tell us
Yeah.
that how does his do we see a much eluding World Cup victory under ODI World Cup victory under Gautam Gambhir
So
and the WTC
Gautam,
title? We have not won that WTC title.
Gautam has got a phenomenal horoscope. He's born in the year 81, and he's born in the same year as MS Dhoni, but he didn't get the kind of credit which MS Dhoni gets, for, and he has played two match-winning knocks, but then the last ball six of Dhoni is given more importance than the 90 odd runs of GG. It has
बहुत
always
कम है
been at
उनको इस
that.
बात का. Hmm.
Always been like that. So when he took over as the coach, I had said that Gautam has got the potential to reverse that. So he has been a very good player. He's also been a very good inspirational leader for KKR. He's won two titles, but then he can win even for the country titles. And I had said that he can win at least two ICC trophies. So he's already won a Champions Trophy, and I very strongly feel that he can win at least one more. Okay, so there are the possibilities are we're looking at a T20 World Cup, we're looking at even a 50 over World Cup. Okay, and I don't know if he's going to be there for the WTC cycle, but then yeah, so
Yes.
you
Yes.
have
Yes.
He will
these
be
Yeah.
there. He will be there. Yeah,
he's
he will
going
be
to be
there
there,
for that.
right? So yeah, so the WTC seems to be a little difficult because of the other captains, but I would definitely say that he has fabulous chances for the T20 World Cup because we also have a captain who doesn't play other formats. So, Surya Kumar Yadav does not play any other format. His karmic quota as a captain is intact. He doesn't captain any other, IPL team also. So he has got all the karmic quota of a 1990 born. It's intact. His chart is very similar to Jose Butler, who is also born just a week away from him. And plus, we have Gautam Gambhir, who has got a chart as powerful as a MS Dhoni. So it's like, yeah, the combination. In fact, if you also look at it, one of the most successful coaches for Australia in recent time is McDonald, who's also born in 81. So it's a phenomenal. We have a phenomenal coach who has the potential to win at least one more ICC trophy and a major one.
Okay. Dwaipan, there's a question for you from Tanya Suri. She's asking, Dwaipan, who are the next set of red ball fast bowlers for India?
Next set of, like, this is the your next set of red ball fast bowlers.
As in,
Mohammad
so,
Siraj, Prasidh
Mukesh Kumar,
Krishna.
Vidwat Kavarappa, and all these kind of things. The next set.
Yes, actually, like, I am not so clued into domestic cricket as Gaurav is, but like, uh, but I think Anshul Kamboj also is not, will not be too bad going forward. He has some of the right attributes to do well. Like, his seam up, disposition is good. The basic things are right. So the, this is the pool that we have. Like, we have Khalil, we have Arshdeep. So we have about 6, 7 pace bowlers that are already there. Beyond that, I do not have too much faith in these express pace bowlers like Mayank Yadav and this
Umran Malik.
Umran Malik, because they lack direction. They sometimes lack intelligence. Those are the things that I dislike in cricketers. So that is a problem with them, and they break down too quickly because they come back too quickly because for IPL. So those are the problems that we have. But I think we have a good, nice crop of pace bowlers, and let's not worry too much about pace bowling, because here on we are playing a long home leg and we will win a lot. So we will win a lot. We have a good battery of spin, and we will win a lot with this with Siraj, Prasid, Bumrah from time to time doing the job.
Okay. Greenstone, what do you think about those two bowlers that everybody keep talking about every year during April and May? Mayank Yadav and Umran Malik, and then they disappear. Is there a particular format that they should stick to? Is there any future for them at the international level?
Yeah, Umran Malik, I'm not very sure of. I mean, his horoscope is decent, but Mayank Yadav definitely has a fantastic chart.
Oh,
He's born in, yeah, he's got a fantastic chart, and he actually, I mean, like, he needs to be managed well. And if he's managed well, then I think that he can become a force for in the T20 format. He can be
that's
extremely good. And in fact, I would say that if he's going to be in the scheme of things for the upcoming T20 World Cup, it's actually going to be good for country. He's got a very good horoscope. So one is Arshdeep Singh. I mean, he has also been very good in the recent times, but I would say definitely Mayank Yadav. Yeah, he has the potential to do very well.
okay. One interesting thing, everyone, is that England has not beaten India in a Test series since 2018, if I'm not wrong, and that's an interesting thing. The last time they beat India in a Test series, home or away, was in 2018. So they have not beaten India in a Test series since then, and it's continued with the win for India today. Question for Dwepan and for Gigi. There's a comment basically. Sports fan says KL and Jadeja unsung heroes of the series. They were the seniors and only ones with experience, and both scored 500 plus runs in the series. And Shubham Mishra says Sundar और करुण innings very crucial sir. आप अभी भी नहीं देखते हैं कि सुंदर को तीन पे बैटिंग नहीं करते हुए. So who wants to go first, Gigi or Dwaipan?
Dwepan, please.
Yeah. So Washington Sundar.
Yeah, batting at
That
three.
is the question. Washington Sundar is not number 3. He's a perfect number 6 going forward, because Ravindra Jadeja, I do not think will play beyond this WTC cycle, and Washington Sundar is the perfect player who can fit into that number 5, number 6. He has all the attributes of a good all rounder. Like, he reminds me a little of Ravi Shastri, the way he developed. Ravi Shastri started as a number 11 batter and went on to open, but he has always been a lower middle order bat, and his game is very correct. There is an element of correctness to his game. So do not unnecessarily pressurize him by making him a number 3 bat. There is no need to. Also, he is a perfect number 5, number 6, and he will comfortably fit into that Jadeja role going forward. We can see a 10-year test career for him, the way he is shaping up. Because as I see it, for Jadeja, this is definitely his last WTC cycle.
Okay, and what about Gigi? What about KL Rahul and Jadeja, senior players scoring 500 plus runs?
Well, both have had an absolutely phenomenal series, but Jadeja, तो I think Gary Sobers का record तोड़ दिया उन्होंने. Gary Sobers got 550s, batting at number 6 or lower in the order for West Indies in one of those series in 50s or 60s, and Jadeja has got 650s in this series, if I'm not wrong, more than 500 runs. I mean, phenomenal series. Absolutely, एक टेस्ट मैच पूरा बचा के दिया उन्होंने लास्ट टेस्ट, और ये मैच में भी he got 50s, and then I think another test match he got innings in 50s in both the innings. I think the test match that we won, and Lords also, it was he who kept up that fight going, right till the end. And is great, and the ability to stick it out, to be there, keep fighting, has been absolutely phenomenal. And Jaidev Shah is a good friend, the Saurashtra Cricket Association president, who was Jadeja's captain at one point in time, and he was telling me that going into this series, Jadeja came to Rajkot, and he was at his home, and was practicing for a week there. Because he said that I specifically want red ball practice, and he would take Kotak by there, Sitanshu Kotak, the batting coach of the Indian team now, also another Saurashtra stalwart, and he would keep, he started sort of gaining that red ball practice. So he's a hardworking cricketer, somebody who's at it, and will give you something on a cricket ground.
Okay.
I think now the world has come to respect him as a genuinely good all rounder who will be remembered, generational all rounder. In fact, I would
Yeah.
say, and I think a sort of a spinner's version of a Ben Stokes.
Yeah.
And I think the other KL Rahul obviously has grown in leaps and bounds since that Australia series. Australia series also, he had one good test, and then after that he sort of form slipped away. But here in England, he kept it going, and he was consistent. And I wish he had batted like that, तो उनकी average 35 की नहीं होती, जो कि
Okay.
मतलब आज की डेट में है. I think it's now getting better. But kudos to the selectors for having patience in him, and but he's turned a new leaf for the last couple of years,
Yeah.
so last year or so, since the last year or
Yeah.
so, and I think I would credit Abhishek Nair for that. The former India assistant coach, virtually India's batting coach, they were, and I think he seeks Abhishek out, and Abhishek has helped him transform his white ball game, and
Yeah.
also worked hard on his red ball game, and you
Yeah.
can see that KL is now not. I mean, he does play the loose shot occasionally, but I think he's tightened up his game, and really he's taken it to the next level. And I think there's also the thing that KL is not somebody now who's sort of craving for captaincy, or he wants captaincy. I think he turned down Delhi Capitals captaincy the last time around.
Yeah.
I don't think he was even threw his hat in the ring for the Indian captaincy.
Yeah.
So he's sort of at a stage in his life. He's 33. He's now become a father. So
Yeah.
I think life has sort of taken him to a level from where he was at one point, touted to be the next captain in all the three formats,
Yeah.
to a position where he's now seen as a senior statesman of the team, a Mr. Reliable, who's
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
around, ready to do anything for the team.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think finally he's got a position for himself in the opening, a stable position, and that has really contributed to him getting better and better.
Yeah. The Greenstone, there's a question that everybody has in mind, including the player's father, and that is about Abhimanyu Ishwaran. DKC has a question. What do you think about Abhimanyu Ishwaran's father? Future, sorry, not father. Future. What does he have to do?
Will he play a single test? I'm curious to
Yeah,
know,
Greenstone,
Logo.
it's for you.
Oh, it's for me, is it? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, actually, in fact, when I'm looking at the birth date, he's born on a very good day, and the only thing is, because he has to fit in the, there's a 1992 born KL Rahul, and then we have a 2001 born. So it is very difficult to break that and go there. So that is, I think, then probably there is no space for him. But otherwise, if I would be the selector, I mean, it is very difficult. It's a very controversial thing to say, but I would say that I would probably not keep Yashasvi. I mean, it's In cricketing sense, it will not make any sense. But astrologically speaking, what you need to have is you need to have two players who are born very close to each other. Opening the match, then the chances of their having a longer partnership or a bigger partnership is always high. So the you'll see always that if you compare to England, England had Zach Crawley and Ben Duckett making longer and bigger partnership than our SSB Jaiswal and KL Rahul. So I would say that if there was KL Rahul opening with Abhimanyu Ishwaran, that would have been an extraordinary situation. Jaiswal coming down. Okay, this is my way of looking at things. Okay, or I would say that probably if we had SSB Jaiswal and Sai Sudarshan, both of them born in 2001, opening, and then KL Rahul coming at number 3, and then probably Abhimanyu Ishwaran coming at number 4 instead of Karun Nair, then probably things would have been even more better for India. So this is a theoretical situation. This I'm only talking from the astrological perspective. I'm saying that Abhimanyu has got a very good horoscope, but it's like it's not about my thinking, right? It's about people who matter. They should think. But he has got a very good chart, and if he's played, then he can do very well. But then I don't
Oh,
know if he has
interesting.
a place.
Interesting. Gigi, sorry, Didi, there's a question for you from Shubham Mishra. He says, do you think Karun can be selected against West Indies, or does Sai Kishore have any chance?
No, Sai Kishore plays number 3. Sai Kishore is a long-term investment, and I do not see him getting dropped at the moment. Karun at number 5. See the half century in the euphoria of this Test win. Something that will be forgotten is a first innings contribution on a very difficult pitch. He got a half century there, which which had a lot of impact going forward. Those were tough runs, difficult runs. So the team management may keep that in mind because Karun Nair hasn't batted badly in this series. He hasn't got the big, massive runs, but he hasn't batted badly. He looked good, and that half century. If if you look at the try to read this Test match. Uh, Try to go in between lines and read this Test match, you will see how important that half century was because it was a first innings effort when there was a lot of more life in the pitch. So I think the team management will keep those things in consideration and maybe because of this half century give him a couple of more chances against West Indies to see if he comes good against West Indies in the first two tests that he gets. Otherwise, but if you ask me, I think playing at home, Shreyas Iyer is a better choice than Karun Nair.
Okay, there are a few more questions. We are taking them, comments rather. Arvind Atreya says, Bumrah career over now. Gigi first and then Greenstone, because Greenstone can give us the astrological perspective. Gigi, yes or no? Bumrah career over?
नहीं
In,
नहीं not
in
no
red
by
ball
not
career.
by any means.
Red ball career?
Red ball career, you mean? Red ball career.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, cycle. I think this cycle is definitely should be his last, and I think खेलेंगे तो सही definitely, but yeah, I mean, I think the selectors will have a word with him after this series. That is what I am told that there will be some sort of discussions around कि यार ये workload management अगर ये 5 टेस्ट की सीरीज में इस तरह से होता है कि 3 टेस्ट मैच ही खेलेंगे, then going forward you need to it's like I am telling my boss that I'm only going to work till 8 o'clock, and if 9 o'clock a story breaks out, I am not going to be there. वो
अभी
ऐसा नहीं
Sharpan has
होगा.
पांच
something to
टेस्ट
say.
अभी है ही नहीं अभी
Ah.
till 2027 January there is no 5 test series and that too is
There is no five
played
test
at
series.
home
Yeah,
against
that is why I'm saying
Australia.
that. Yeah, that is why I'm
और
saying कि
भर में
वैसा
तो
नहीं
पांच
होने
टेस्ट
वाला है.
कोई पेस बॉलर खेलेगा ही नहीं इवन मिचेल स्टार्क विल नॉट प्ले
हाँ, but तीन खेल रहा है
इन
ना 5
इंडिया
में से वो. तीन खेल रहा है
हाँ
ना वो. I'm saying 5 में से 3 खेल रहा है अभी तो वो. You're going into a
हाँ
series
मैं बोल रहा हूँ
when
अभी पांच 5 टेस्ट सीरीज है ही नहीं तो
हाँ है नहीं, and that's why I'm not writing him off. I'm saying this
या
WTC cycle because you cannot have a bowler forever playing 3 out of 5 tests. So that's why I'm saying that this cycle could be the end of
यस
his could be his last test cycle. After that, I'm sure he will himself also review because he cannot keep playing all 3 formats all the time, especially Test cricket, which really takes a lot out of his back, as we saw in Australia. And in a big series, if he plays 3 out of 5 tests every time, then it does disturb the rhythm of the team. That is what is being felt. I mean, you have won both the test matches at the end of the day without him. So it's not like you cannot win with him not being there, not win with him not being there. So
Yeah.
इसीलिए ये review हो रहा है कि going forward, should this be his last test cycle? And then, I mean,
Let,
this should be it. I think this is
let's
it in terms of test cricket.
let's ask Greenstone. Greenstone, what is Bumrah's future in Test cricket?
I think it's not very good in the sense that he may probably not be around for long. See, it's very difficult to say about a format. You can't say that okay he will be here in a particular format and he will not be there in a particular format. But I feel that probably this is a commonsensical thing that maybe he may, because of his workload management, he may reduce his work, or he may just not play. He may choose to retire from, or maybe, yeah, I think retire only probably from tests. The reason is because Bumrah has got a fabulous chart, and he can be around for the next 2 3 years, and he can be a part of the next T20 World Cup and also the ODI World Cup. So I'm not, I don't know about white ball or red ball, whatever. But then the point is that he has to be there for the both the World Cups, and he's got a phenomenal horoscope, and
Absolutely.
he's like Pat Cummins. So he has it in him to win at least one major title, and we can. I mean, like it becomes even more easier for India to win if he's going to be there, and there will be lesser workload on him if it is going to be a ODI match or a T20 match. So I think to lengthen his career for the next 2 3 years, India should reduce his burden, or maybe like they should have a word with him, and probably he may himself choose to retire from tests, only to
Okay.
lengthen his career in other formats.
Okay.
Very true. Very
Dwapal,
true.
there's a question from sports fan. Kuldeep's exclusion in away tests is more or less justified now with this drawn series. Hope he doesn't get same treatment in future. How do you see his future in India's test team?
See, it's not exactly justified. Okay, like le- le- we have won, but we had 375 to play with. They were 312 for three. It is not justified. Yeah, one, that is fine. End result does not always justify the means. So okay, fine. And we have won, so these things will be glossed over. But his exclusion has not been justified. Secondly, uh, in the way he has bowled, I remember him bowling in that England series, the last majors. I think that was the last major series that we played at home, 5 test series. He was very good, and uh, there are four spinners who are in the fray to be in the first 11 during a home leg. They are uh, Jadeja, Washington, Aksar, and Kuldeep. So of the four, three will play on a regular basis, and if they and if they are playing an absolute turners and make Nitish Reddy their second pacer, then there is a chance that the India may play four spinners. Anything can happen in the Gautam Gambhir era. So those things can happen. So I think he will not be overlooked. He's a good bowler. Uh, and very good bowler rather, and he will not be overlooked. And I will still maintain it was not the right decision to absolutely overlook him for this series. There were many chances where we should have played Old Trafford. He should have played. There is absolutely no doubt about in my mind that he should have played in Old Trafford. He should have played in Birmingham. We didn't play. That's fine. We won. That's okay. But let's not forget we haven't won the series. It's 2-2. Had we been leading 2-1 and England made it 2-2, it would have been a pretty today. Our faces would have been long faces. So let's not let's stay in the moment. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Okay. Dev Pratap Singh Chauhan has a question for both Gigi and for Greenstone. Uh, Gigi and Lobo, sir, who would be and who should be next ODI captain? Who wants to go first?
Let Greenstone sir take a first crack at it.
Yeah, I would say, see, we need a captain who's born in after 1993, and I mean, like before 96, and who has all the planets in strong positions. I mean, so you need somebody, and the only person I feel is Shreyas Iyer. And Shreyas Iyer has already won one title for KKR, which is a very minor title, and he has the horoscope to be winning big tournaments. he can go on to win ODI World Cup. So he is a one with a powerful horoscope, extraordinarily powerful chart, and his seventh house is very strong. Seventh house means beating enemies. So if there is anyone, after Kapil Dev or after MS Dhoni, then he's the man. He's got a phenomenal chart. Shreyas
Okay.
Iyer.
Shreyas Iyer. Gigi, who's going to be India's next ODI captain?
As per my sources, Rohit was set to continue, but then that was in the middle of the series when I spoke to people in the BCCI. But then things may change now that Shubman has had a phenomenal series as a captain with the bat, and also in terms of somehow managing to defend the score and making it 2-2, finishing in his debut series in England as a captain at 2-2, which is a phenomenal achievement. We have not. When was the last time we did not? Is this the first time since 2007 when we have not lost a series in England?
No, 2000. The last time also India didn't lose the series. 2021-22.
Yeah, that time it was also 2-2. Yeah, but then that was a Virat Kohli led team, and Virat
And
was
then
at
the
the
next
top
year
of
it was
his.
Bumrah.
Sorry.
And the next
Yeah,
year it
last
was
year it
Bumrah.
was next year it was Bumrah, and we saw what happened. So like that. But I think अभी शुभमन गिल का case काफी strong हो गया है for ODI captaincy, and that is also a format in which he does play in the 11. He opens with Rohit Sharma so far. So I don't know if the selectors really want to, because a lot of people have also said that with Rohit and Virat it's going to be very difficult for them to play in the ODIs, considering the less amount of ODIs we play now. I don't think we are playing anything in August. We are straight away going to play in the Asia Cup in September. Okay, so if we are not, and that which means that Bangladesh is obviously cancelled. The last time the ODIs happened was in the Champions Trophy in March, Feb March. Okay, उसके बाद you're seeing them playing in Australia in the ODIs. I think October 19th onwards. So that's a long gap, almost almost I think 6 months का gap हो गया ये. तो अगर
They
छः
would have
छः
played
महीने में
no cricket.
वो
Yeah. They
sorry,
would have played
with no cricket, with no
unless they
cricket,
play
watching
against
Wimbledon.
Australia, unless they play the one dayers against Australia A, to get themselves in tune. Because
Correct,
they're playing
correct, correct,
three,
correct.
three
Yeah.
one dayers against Australia A, India A versus Australia A. Unless both
नहीं,
Rohit and Virat.
I don't think so. I don't think so. That's going to happen. Honestly, I don't think so. That's going to happen. I don't think they're going to be picked for India A sides and all. You either pick
Okay,
them for the main team or you don't pick them. I mean, if the amount of cricket that they've played, so few practice sessions should be good enough for them. So,
okay.
but yeah, overall, I think I see it as difficult for them to continue and play in the 2010 World Cup. And Sunil Gavaskar sir has also pointed out.
Yeah. Okay.
I will just
Dwaipan?
add one point,
Yeah.
like because this result has been a positive result, at least for the optics of it. Gautam Gambhir will have massive bargaining power, and I think he will want to have
Exactly.
his own system in ODIs also, which
Very true.
means
Very true.
he will definitely want Shubman Gill as the captain going forward.
Yes. Yes.
And it is very difficult for me to see Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli going through the rigors of domestic one-day cricket anymore at this stages of their career. Maybe uh, uh, one farewell bilateral ODI series for the two, if they choose to. That may
Against
be
South
fine.
Africa
Maybe against South Africa or West Indies, whoever we are playing against in the
at home.
ODIs.
Yeah.
That
But
will be
first it's the
fantastic.
Australia tour. First it's the Australia tour, then South Africa one day series.
Okay. Whichever is the first home ODI series can be a good farewell series for the two. They can be given 3 or 4 or whatever ODIs they are playing. That is the ideal scenario. I don't know how it will pan out.
Okay, fine. We've had a fantastic discussion, gentlemen. Thanks a lot, all three of you. Greenstone, obviously, now I'll have to reach out to you to see my own future and ensure that I have a very good future and everything goes well for me. You promised us that you will look at Gigi's horoscope and confirm when he's going to get
I'll
married.
I'll send that to him right away.
Yeah, and Dwaipan as well, who's looking younger and younger. And how much younger will he look? You need to predict as well in the future. So you have a very tough ask because you've got this absolutely bang on. So and there's a comment from Dev Pratap Singh Chauhan who's saying, "Please bring Lobo more often." So We are expecting you to come more often and keep predicting stuff right here on TOI Sports Digital. All of you, just keep remembering that you need to like, share, subscribe, and commenting on all the videos that we have over here and the conversations that we have. We'll be back very soon. Thanks a lot to all three gentlemen and to the backend team and to all of you watching us right here on TOI Digital. We'll be back very soon. Till then, take very good care of yourselves. That's it for today. What a thrilling win. What a series leveling win for India. We will be back soon. Beyond the Boundary takes a break for now. Goodbye.